Oh, microphone's on, okay. Hi, everybody. Thanks for showing up to the keynote. I just want to say I'm really glad to be here. And I'm really impressed by the show. I'm impressed by, it's really about the ecosystem. It's a show that really is showing off the ecosystem, and it's kind of an introduction to my first slide. A nice intro, and it fits really well with the show. And it's really about, one of the things we look at is year-on-year growth of the ecosystem, and it's really tremendous. The numbers are tremendous if you look at it. So the four key parameters I'm looking at here are, the number of LoRa-enabled gateways. And if you look year-on-year, the growth in the gateway deployments is just tremendous. With last year, we closed at above 3 million gateways in the market. So it's tremendous growth, and it's really a reflection of this show and of the continued growth of the ecosystem. That, of course, translates into expanded capacity, expanded end node capacity. And so you see last year we closed at almost 7 billion nodes of capacity. On the connected node side, in other words, the install base, basically, we have 240 million connected nodes in the market right now. Tremendous growth, really tremendous growth. And then on the network side, in terms of the adoption of LoRaWAN on the public network side, again, it's been, at year-end 2019 at 133 countries. Now we're up to 166 countries, closing last year at 166 countries. So I think it fits really well with the theme here at the show, and the fact that coming out of this pandemic, we see that there's really good traction and the ecosystem continues to grow. So I thought this was a good intro slide for kind of making the connection here at the show. So next I want to shift gears a little bit and kind of just provide a brief introduction to Semtech's LoRa portfolio and kind of how we brand it and how we segment the different portions of the product portfolio that we offer to the market. So let me start off by kind of explaining a little bit about what the key areas are of the portfolio. Over here, what we call LoRa Core, this is the part of the portfolio that's focused on our gateway development, so the gateway, the baseband ICs, the RF analog front end, and the reference designs that are associated with the gateways. All of that collection of product is what we call LoRa Core. You'll find on our website that the way we brand the different parts of the product portfolio are reflected on the website. So if you have questions or further follow-ups you want to do, you can easily find these things on the website. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have LoRa Connect. LoRa Connect represents the collection of LoRa transceivers that we bring to market. And currently, what that portfolio consists of is our single band sub-gig and 2.4 gigahertz transceivers, and soon to be multi-band as well, multi-band transceivers. So as we continue to develop the different sections of the portfolio, we continue to add in different ways to these different areas. In the top right-hand corner over here, we have LoRa Edge. Some of you may be familiar with what LoRa Edge means. This is really one of the most advanced pieces of the portfolio where we've developed a ultra-low power geolocation solution. It's really our chip-to-cloud offering that I'll talk a little bit more later. And then in the lower right-hand corner, we have LoRa Cloud. Again, some of you may be familiar with LoRa Cloud. LoRa Cloud is a collection of services that we offer through LoRa Cloud, one of them being a geolocation service which is directly tied to what we do with LoRa Edge. In the middle here, you'll see what we call LoRa Basics, which is really a collection of enablement software that's closely coupled to all the different areas of our hardware portfolio, of our silicon portfolio. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as well on LoRa Basics. So this is kind of how we view the portfolio and how we kind of segment the different pieces and how we define sort of where we go with each of these. So as a little bit further of an introduction on LoRa Edge, LoRa Edge is really one of the most innovative and advanced solutions in the market today. And the reason being that it's a true chip-to-cloud offering. So let me explain a little bit what's unique about it. First of all, the uniqueness of the silicon itself is the fact that you've got a high level of integration on a monolithic piece of silicon. You have the most advanced LoRa transceiver that we have today in our portfolio. You have a GNSS receiver, and you have a Wi-Fi receiver, all on one piece, on a single piece of monolithic silicon. On top of that, it is associated with one of our LoRa cloud services, which is called the geolocation solver. The geolocation solver is what takes the data that's being received by LoRa Edge and basically computes, translates that data into a latitude and a longitude for geolocation services. The third piece that makes LoRa Edge really unique is that it has a cryptographic engine on board. That cryptographic engine provides several functions. It provides the ability to do on-chip key derivation. It provides the ability to store keys securely on chip. And it provides an encryption engine, 128-bit AES encryption engine. So this is really one of the most advanced pieces of silicon in the portfolio today. Obviously, there are a lot of benefits that come with this. The most obvious one is that when you have a highly integrated solution like this, you have lower cost. You have tremendous benefits when it comes to power consumption. And really, the whole process of provisioning and key management is simplified with this type of solution. So the three pieces of this are the ability to do these GNSS scans and Wi-Fi scans. That's to get the data to be able to solve for location. It's the ability to have the most advanced LoRa radio on chip. And it's the ability to have this cryptographic function on chip. And all of that combined is really what we refer to as LoRa Edge. And let me show on the next slide kind of what that looks like architecturally. Very, very high level, of course. But so these are the three key functions that I just mentioned. So you have the advanced LoRa transceiver, sub-gigahertz transceiver. You have the Wi-Fi passive function, passive sniffing function, and you have the GNSS receiver. Here highlights the fact that there's a cryptographic engine which securely transmits all that data into the cloud. The location data is then fed into the cloud, as I mentioned earlier, and then that location data is then translated into a lat and long, which is then fed into the application. So it's really one of the most unique offerings that we have in the market today, and we're continuing to add to this more and more capabilities. And to that point, about what we're adding to it, the first product that we launched was called LR1110. It was basically with the sub-gigahertz function and the geolocation functions. What we brought to market this year was what we call LR1120. And here's just a very brief comparison. What we're doing, as I mentioned, is we're adding more and more capabilities to that LoRa Edge portfolio. And what we did this year is we've added the ability to communicate in the S-band for satellite communication and to offer 2.4 gigahertz LoRa radio functionality. So now you have a chip that adds the sub-gigahertz LoRa, that has the geolocation functions, and with LR1120 now you have satellite communication ability and you have LoRa 2.4. So you have a dual band transceiver with geolocation. We launched that earlier this year. It's doing really well, and it has definitely certain, on the 2.4, which I'll talk a little bit more later about, but basically the LoRa 2.4, one of the key advantages there is we have customers that are interested in providing sort of a global solution that perhaps avoids some of the regulatory hurdles from a sub-gigahertz perspective. They can create what we call a single SKU product. The other benefit to having LoRa 2.4, of course, is that you have a little bit higher data rate on LoRa 2.4. So it's really a very nice solution and provides a lot of flexibility downstream to customers for whatever kind of application they're looking for. So how does this look in kind of end-to-end? If we're talking about tracking, asset tracking, which LoRa Edge is really an asset management, asset tracking platform, how does that really look? What could we conceptually, what can we conceive with LoRa and the ability to communicate with terrestrial as well as satellite communications. You can imagine a system where from the point of production to basically the customer, you can have end-to-end connectivity through some type of LoRa network. So in this example here, what we're showing is that at the manufacturing facility, perhaps you have a private network that's based on LoRa 2.4. That thing that's built at the manufacturing facility is then distributed, and the distribution center is then tracking that asset over satellite, which then is shipped through logistics chain. That logistics chain could perhaps be through an airplane or through shipping methods. That can be tracked again through either a private 2.4, it could be satellite again, and then really through the whole value chain, switching between public networks, private networks that are running either on 2.4 or on sub-gig, as well as leveraging the ability to do satellite tracking as well. So it's really providing a comprehensive end-to-end tracking capabilities. Shifting gears a little bit, as I mentioned earlier, a portion of the portfolio that we call LoRa Connect. That's our collection of transceivers that we have. Many of you are familiar with Semtech's transceiver portfolio. On the far left-hand side, we have the SX12 series, 12.7 series. It's what we typically refer to as our Gen 1 series. Very much focused on providing LoRa modulation, FSK and OOK modulation. And we now have in the market for quite some time now, we have what's called the 12.6 series. Now we've added the ability to do LRFHSS, a little bit difficult to say, roll off the tongue, and to provide these additional capabilities in terms of additional performance on the RF side. And then one of the major additions we've made, I talked a little bit about 2.4 on LoRa Edge. One of the major additions we've made as well is to have a single band standard transceiver that operates in LoRa 2.4. Again, the advantage there being you can create sort of what we call a global SKU product. You have the ability to have this higher data rate on LoRa, and an additional functionality on the 1280 series is that you have this ability to do point-to-point ranging. So you have a ranging feature on this transceiver family, on this family of transceivers. In terms of target markets, it really spans the whole gamut. These transceivers are very well positioned to work in the metering market. We have a lot of customers who are focused on moisture sensing, smart agriculture, livestock tracking, parking sensors, cold chain monitoring, and really using the capabilities of the transceiver portfolio, whether it's a sub-gigahertz function they need or whether it's 2.4, being able to tune in exactly what the needs of the customer are and being able to select that in this product portfolio. Shifting gears again, just a quick introduction to the software enablement piece. This is a critical piece of the portfolio. So obviously Semtech is a semiconductor company. That's our bread and butter in terms of what we do. We build high quality performance silicon, but the enablement piece of what we provide to customers is second to none. And one of the things here that I'm showing right now is what we call LoRa Basics Modem. LoRa Basics Modem is a way for customers to use our transceiver chips or our LoRa Edge solution and basically connect to a lot of the services that we offer through LoRa Cloud. Some of the features that we offer through LoRa Cloud, which are separate from LoRa Edge, geolocation solver, have to do with providing modem services and the join server function that we provide. Now, you don't need to connect to LoRa Cloud to use LoRa Basics Modem. LoRa Basics Modem has a fully certified LoRaWAN stack, and it offers certain capabilities for you to be able to switch very easily from any host processor that you like to a different one. So one of the things that we do with LoRa Basics Modem, we're trying to make it as simple as possible to start a project and use one of our transceivers and and be able to pair that or match that up with any kind of microcontroller or host processor that you want to use with it. So this is a critical piece of the portfolio. It really helps with time to market and helps with ease of use for customers to be able to design in one of our radios. A bit on LoRa Cloud Services. As I mentioned, the LoRa Cloud Services are broken down into 3 primary areas. So the geolocation piece I talked a bit earlier. The join server is a very nice service that we offer, which helps with provisioning, helps with the whole process of pre-provisioning. It really creates a lot of ease of use there, allows for a lot of flexibility around LNS, and provides an additional layer of security in terms of the way that keys are managed and the way that keys are transferred within the network. The geolocation we talked about, and then modem services, touching on that briefly. There is things like large file upload, clock synchronization. There's a lot of features that we can provide through the modem services, which are integrated as part of the LoRa Basics modem offering, which I talked about earlier. So definitely take a look at that on LoRaCloud.com, and if you're interested in it, you can read more about these features. And then lastly, what I want to try to introduce real fast with the 2 minutes or so I have left is kind of looking ahead to give you a brief look on what our focus areas are. So in 2022, as I mentioned, we launched LR1120 that's adding to the geolocation capabilities that we have. We're not stopping there, of course. What we're looking at for 2023 is really to touch at each of those components in the portfolio. We're constantly evolving and constantly trying to figure out how to innovate, how to make life easier for customers, how to create ease of use, improve the ease of use, and decrease the time to market. And on LoRa Edge, specifically, we're putting a lot of focus on improving the GNSS accuracy and improving the way the position aiding function works. We're looking at, of course, increasing that global coverage through satellite and being able to, a little bit of a looking forward here, to be able to provide this dual band support over LoRa 2.4. On LoRa Connect, we're going to add this dual band capability to LoRa Connect as we have on LoRa Edge. That means that we'll have a standard transceiver that offers both 2.4 and sub-gig. And we'll continue to focus on being able to integrate the capabilities of LoRa Basics modem into the standard transceiver portfolio that we have as well. LoRa Core, it's continuing to innovate and optimize on the gateway side, improving our reference designs, and providing this dual band and satellite support through the gateway function. And lastly, on LoRa Basics, it's really adding what we call device-to-device communication. Many of you that are involved closely with some of these areas of activity, you know about device-to-device. Device-to-device is an incredibly important function, and we continue to look at, we're continuing to innovate in that area and add that as a capability within LoRa Basics modem. And like I said, continue to focus on ease of use and making it seamless, basically, to be able to use our transceivers with whatever host processor you're trying to pair it with. And I believe with that, that concludes basically all I had for today.
Thank you so much, Randy. That was great. Let me give you a hand and grab that from you. Thank you so much. Now, up next, we're going to be talking about time to market. It's taking too damn long. Unfortunately, you're going to have patience because that talk starts in 20 minutes. So see you then.
Let it circle back to you, be fully open and true, an expedition from the start until we fall apart. What I really want to do is be so close to you. I don't know where I end or where you start. And what I really want to do is be so close to you. Nobody could tell what we are. Don't always get a chance to say whenever life gets in the way that hearing your words is all I need to get myself going. Remember when I was chasing the time, you told me when I get older that I'd find some peace of mind. I'm breathing the coldest hours, keeping my head up high for you to come home, come home, come home. Come home, come home. One moment your hand is what I need, the next I'm standing on my own feet. I see how the time has changed the way that we move forward. Remember when I was chasing the time, you're always there to hold me, so I find some peace of mind. I'm breathing the coldest hours, keeping my head up high for you to come home, come home, come home. You gave me my golden hour when I felt like I was on my own. I come home, come home, I come home. All the lows and all the ways, whenever I feel I push away, you make me see that there's more to life than just one truth with wrong or right. I'm breathing the coldest hours, keeping my head up high for you to come home, come home, come home. You give me my golden hour when I feel like I am on my own. I come home, come home, I come home. I'm breathing the coldest hours, keeping my head up high for you to come home, come home, come home. Come home, come home, come home. When you hurt bad, when you get stuck inside the silence alone, when you hurt bad, when you deny yourself of good things to come, before the damage starts to break you and your ground it starts to shake and you feel like you're someone else, when you hurt bad, when you hurt bad, when you're deep inside the forest and no sun cuts through the trees and your thoughts have got you lost and you need someone to believe in, I'll be standing right beside you. I will never let you go, I will never let you go. I will help you bring all the lights back to life. I will help you put back the stars in your eyes. If you hear me call and see me falling out of sight, you see that I am not alone in this fight. And I'll help you, it's gonna be alright. And I feel love, I can feel the love beneath your skin. And I feel love, no matter how hard the pain tries to win. Your heart is just asleep, it's in the back room where you keep it, buried under all your fears and doubts. But I feel love, I will help you bring all the lights back to life. I will
can't rely on you, babe. Even though I want to. Waiting around, you're running late. Apologies overdue. Oh. Tie me down so you can wear your crown. Use a different face to get you away. Those crocodile tears. Can't you see that you're not royalty? Pulling me along, treating me wrong. My biggest fear. Never satisfied, you're always needing more. A little more, always more. Princess in a castle, you're a diva. Everybody says that I should leave ya. Mood swing back and forth just like the seasons. And I'm stuck in the middle, breaking even. What do I do, 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 do. There ain't no profit from your love. Losing all my value. And if you think I'm not enough, no, then good luck on finding someone to put up with you, no. Tie me down so you can wear your crown. Use a different face to get you away. Those crocodile tears. Can't you see that you're not royalty? Pulling me along, treating me wrong. My biggest fear. Never satisfied, you're always needing more. A little more, always more. Princess in a castle, you're a diva. Everybody says that I should leave ya. Mood swing back and forth just like the seasons. Oh, I'm stuck in the middle, breaking even. What do I do, 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 do. Tell me what to do with you, baby. Keep acting like a diva. You know I'm gonna leave you, yeah. Princess in a castle, you're a diva. Everybody says that I should leave ya. Mood swing back and forth just like the seasons. Oh, I'm stuck in the middle, breaking even.
My star was not so far